Hello, everybody. Welcome to another AMA with me, Raza, and Cheng, who's our Chief Product Officer.
Hello.
And long time no see. We last AMA I think we did. I mean, Luke and I did some videos in between, but I think the last AMA we did was like end of last year, in which we were
End of
teasing
last year.
about what was happening,
Yeah.
um, about to happen in 2025, and so, without any further delay, I will let Ching tell you what's next in store. So, Ching, like we did the Crusader release part one
Yeah.
uh, recently in January, and what's next?
Yeah. Time flies. Well, in the past 2 months, the good things, bad things happened. We all know, especially for our players. Let me talk about so what we plan, what we are planned, and what we are going to release first, and then can also talk about the incidents and also how we handle it in long term, and also some other topics. So first of all, what's coming soon is a follow-up release for the Crusader faction because once we release the first, we call phase one, uh, player can play Crusader as a new faction. However, we also planned a lot of features for player to switch faction. So basically, as we mentioned earlier, if you already kind of in the late progress on the Turkish faction, with this new release, you could be able to switch to Crusader directly with everything kept, your progress, all the units you have, everything basically, except the land. If you change to another land, the land unlocks. Of course, you won't take with you, but you can still keep the units and the decorations, but you just can't upgrade them.
Yeah,
Once
this
you
was a question
switch
which
to,
was coming in
yeah,
the community as well. That, for example, if they will change,
yeah,
for example, I am at level 22, and if I change, every building will remain level 22 in Crusaders as well.
exactly.
However, my units which will go will not become Crusaders. They will remain Kai level 22 units.
Yeah, yeah, you just can't upgrade them.
I can't upgrade them. So I
Yeah.
will have to, but every new hero or unit I will create will actually be a Crusader then.
Yeah, there's a Crusader. So basically, you get a new set of the units. You can actually also upgrade them to the higher level. You can also switch back later. You can jump back forth. This is our designs, but of course, jumping back forth factions is not cost free. Um,
So there will be a
Initially,
cost involved in jumping
yes,
back if
exactly.
you want to
For
jump back.
purpose of it, exactly.
Obviously, obviously.
Initially, yeah, initially everyone will have the free token that you can use for switching factions, just for you
So
to get
keep in mind before
wisdom.
you're switching that
Yeah, yeah,
the faction, that if you switch and you want to switch back, probably there will be some cost involved. That will be informed later, but probably yeah. So keep in mind if you're switching your loyalty from Kai tribe to Crusader faction.
exactly,
Be warned. Be warned. We won't take you back easily.
exactly. This is the step leading towards to faction fighting against faction or clan versus clan. But of course, we supporting cross-faction kind of settlement as well. So if landowner allowed, this is a feature for landowner later. If you're allowed to have a cross-faction players settle on your land, regardless if you're a Kai landlord or a Crusader landlord, you can always have a both factions settled on your land. Also, as a landowner, you can set on either of these factions anyway. Mm, this is kind of like coming in the next release. Also, the faction-based weekly events, because this is also we considered for people switching to the new faction Crusade. It doesn't make sense for you to compete with the Turkish existing players because they are way in the progression. So that will be a Crusader-based weekly event. So you compete with others in a relatively progress. Mm, what else? We also will have the MEE token staking for town slots for the Crusade as well, because this is a feature has been supported for Turkish. You get kind of free town slot if you stake your MEE tokens. Of course, after the staking period, you can get your token back. What else? Yeah, some extra VIP benefits we're adding in to kind of further enhance the value of having a VIP status. Of course, this is tiered. I think all these details will come with the release notes once we are ready for the new release.
Okay. And one another thing which we are going to introduce and we are going to announce officially very soon as well. So from February onwards, all the land owners in medieval empires, whoever, whether you have a Kai land, whether you have a Polygon, our land on Polygon, whether you have a land on IMX, whether you have a land like medieval empires land. So because our land is of two types now, one is hosted on the Polygon chain, and the other one is hosted on the IMX chain, so immutable chain. So we have to accordingly disperse certain rewards for the landowners.
Mm.
What are these rewards? There will be an announcement about it probably later this week. So please stay tuned for that. But it's a limited time reward. It's going to be for 2 to 3 months. But the landowners, particularly landlords, not just the people who are dwelling on those lands, but people who own that land NFT will have that reward coming to
Yeah,
them.
yeah. For that is also to acknowledge the support from our players, the landowners. We're giving back real values to them. As also as you can see now, we're going to the direction of support multi-chain. So Polygon, immutable ZK EVM, they just start, and we're also evaluating other chains. But as we're speaking right now, these are only two chains we support. More lands, especially Crusader lands, will be minted and will be traded on immutable ZK EVM.
True. And I think one thing, like, let's talk about that because last month, like when we started, we talked about it that while there were so many new things happening in the game, there was a very unfortunate incident that the game was not
Yeah,
able to be accessed for a few hours,
quite a long time.
extended hours, I would say. Like usually
Yes.
when we are going for maintenance, we usually inform in the social media and our Discord. If you're not following our Discord, keep following our Discord because that's the most updated channel in terms of the game updates. So we updated the players usually, but the maintenance was took more than we anticipated actually. And there was a lot of reason. I think Ching, you can go much more into that. That what was the reason that we didn't even anticipate actually when we were actually going through that.
Mm. Yeah, I think I can talk about this. Also, we will have probably will have a more extended kind of a AMA with our CTO, give a perspective to our community, like, okay, technically, what exactly we're doing right now, and what are we trying to solve these issues, or basically ensure we have a better performance long term. What I can tell you now is, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's an infrastructure problem or this and that problem. Yeah, we're the game provider, so it is our fault, and we're also very unhappy about this situation. We apologize to players regarding this incident. As Raza mentioned, it hit us also unexpectedly because usually when we do maintenance or we do release or any kind of updating, we inform our community. We also send in-game messages in advance. However, this is due to the infrastructure level incidents. It took quite a long time for us even to reach our partners to start solving the problem. And this is also why we decide to changing our priority on our roadmap to start working on the new, we call it new game architecture, game server architecture, which is using a new version of the service from our infrastructure partners, because the old one is kind of deprecating in a fixed timeline. We're expecting that we could finish our release of Crusade and then we start working on that. But after the incident, we come to mind that, okay, we can't wait anymore. We have to tackle this right now. So basically, we divert a lot of our dev capacity working on this. This is a long-term solution. This is a long-term solution to support what we want to achieve in long term with millions of players that we want to acquire, because our game is really set up for very ambitious level. We all know this is not gonna work if we constantly have issues like this.
Yeah, and another part of it is like fortunately and unfortunately our game is live. It's live and it's always go it's like on blockchain. So it's not like that you can keep playing on your own PC and something is happening in the background and the next release you will have a completely new version of this. Everything which is happening online has an impact directly on the gameplay at that moment as well. So I think that's the advantage, because we are able to update and address the issues very quickly. Also, the disadvantage is there that if there is some issue on the network on the server side, the players also face that in the real time, versus any games which are very on your PC, based on your PC, or you download them and they're not online, then you don't face that issue particularly with every all of these games. I mean, every game somehow face these issues. Somehow some are smaller, some are bigger. With this one, we were also a little bit startled, I think, that how long it took, because we were expecting it to be done within like maximum 1 or 2 hours. That what the estimate. I posted about it, I remember. And then we checked back, and the devs were also a little bit plummeted by that what's happening. But thankfully it was resolved. And like Ching mentioned, I think we are working on a long-term infrastructure change altogether, because we have to also realize the game is expanding. Players are more coming in with every passing month or so. We are seeing more players coming into the game. And it also changes if some campaign is going on. Like, for example, when the gems quest was happening, there were more players coming in because of the gems quest. Right now, the Crusader release was happening, and a lot of people who somehow were playing, then stopped playing, came back for Crusader release particularly. So that also impacts the game sometimes a little bit. But yes, that's the thing we have realized, and we are working to amend that as quickly as possible.
Yeah, game as service. This is how nowadays how industry works. It's not just simple download client you play, and that's it. It's everything running on your local machine. It's basically constant updating, constant evolving, constant integrating with the new systems. Some subsystems or some systems are from the team or company themselves. Some are from third parties. This is a challenge we're facing, and just be very open to the community. We are still in. I still call it open beta, because our game still have so many things, so many features we plan to implement, or we are in the way to release them. Uh, I think there will be hiccups, but we have learned a lot, and now with all these learnings, that's why we have. I would say we have a more clear and more sure about technically how we handle all these challenges. I would say the blockchain is one side, the traditional kind of game as service. It's another side. Now we have learned all this. Um, I would say we are very confident now how to make this game to a scalable version that can support what we want to achieve. For this, it just needs some time. Finish our new game server architectures, release it, replace the old way how we handle things. Yeah, just time will tell. I would say we're very confident. Also, we are working on full speed to implement all this plan.
Also, if you guys have any technical questions in that sort of way or queries, probably send us, and we will include
Yeah,
that
we
in
could
our
have a
next AMA
separate
with
one.
CTO. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, we would be more. I think our CTO can go into much more detail about what his plans or his take is on your questions.
yeah.
So another thing which I want to address is the loyalty program season 2 rewards. We did announce them last week. Unfortunately, what we realized in our database was from the loyalty, and again, loyalty program is in working in correlation with various third parties as well. Uh, a lot of players who entered the loyalty program entered either with their immutable passport or their AVM wallets. And those who entered with their immutable passport didn't attach their EVM wallet, although there was a task to attach EVM wallet, but they didn't complete that task. Now, what's happening is when we are rolling out our MEE token rewards for all these players, they don't have an EVM wallet attached, so we cannot allocate an MEE token reward to that particular wallet, because through IMX Passport, you cannot claim your MEE tokens. Even in the game weekly rewards, you have to, that's why we have made it compulsory for you to, if you want to claim MEE token rewards, you have to have an EVM wallet attached in your game profile as well. Similarly, in the loyalty program as well, this is the issue which we realized after rolling out the rewards, and unfortunately, because a lot of players came and opened tickets that, hey, we are not able to see our rewards to be claimed. And we could see that you guys, like when you were giving us your passport address, and we could see, yeah, this guy deserves rewards, but why is he not seeing the rewards there? Then we realized that the disconnect there, that those players, a lot of them, and they're not, if they were 2 or 3 or 10 players, we would have directly airdropped them the wallets. We would have asked them for the EVM wallets and directly airdropped them MEE tokens and released it for the rest of the people. However, there are like hundreds of them who have not actually done both of those things. Either they have IMX wallets only, either they have not connected, or they have entered with 2 different wallets as 2 different people. So, which is not against the rules, but that sort of messes up giving out
I
the
think
rolling out the rewards. Yeah.
it's a common challenges for Web3, and
Yes.
the thing is, we are building applications. Game is application, right? The infrastructure level functionalities is a lot of rely on the infrastructure providers.
Yeah.
What's happening now is you see more and more solutions actually doing this interchain support or bridging the chains that you can move assets around. However, not many use cases are covered, especially when players are not following our instructions, and
Yeah.
or you are using multiple accounts and you yourself also mix up accounts with wallets. So these are a lot of edge cases which happen in this case. I'm not saying this we are trying to how to say find an excuse. Just once we identify these issues, we are solving them. This is just
Yeah.
kind of like put an explanation for whoever concerned, so you understand what exactly happened. And meanwhile, we're trying to solve this.
Yeah,
As
yeah, we
we
are we are on top of it, and I think we have almost reached a point where we can sort of, we just had to sort of sort out the data and find out the solution for those particular wallets who have just connected their IMX wallets, because IMX wallet, unfortunately, at this point of time, maybe in future they will be able to, but passports cannot claim MEE tokens at this point of time from our MEE token claiming. You have to have an EVM wallet to claim MEE tokens because still on the Polygon chain. So we will sort of roll out the rewards again, hopefully by next week. I will keep you guys informed in the community, in Discord and in Telegram accordingly. And we will hopefully be rolling those rewards very quickly. But yeah, we need to make sure the right deserving people get their right deserving rewards. So we don't want to just has, like we did that actually last week, and we were very disappointed by, because we were very excited to roll out the rewards. Trust us, like we wanted to like give out those rewards as quickly as possible because we want to start the season 3 as well eventually. So, but yeah, this is causing a little bit of hiccup in that plan, but hopefully this will be sorted out very quickly as well. We are working with the external partners to sort out the data. Internally as well, we are sort of looking at the solutions. A lot of people, we know the command. I definitely know the people who were ranked from number 6 to number 25 have gotten their 20, like each of them, one each, have got received their IMX commander reward, because IMX, so our commander NFT basically is on immutable, so it can be sent to an IMX passport or an EVM wallet as well. So that's not really an issue there. So they have received the land NFTs for the top 5. Some of, 1 or 2 of them have received actually their land NFT. Some of them have not. So we will roll that out again as well. And for the MEE token rewards for all of the participants, that will be rolled out again once it's done. I know a lot of people keep writing and on our socials every day that, hey, we can't see a loyalty program claiming season 2 on your MEE token claiming. We know we took it out so that once we pre-publish that on our page, it's the right amount of MEE token that you need to claim. So yeah, I think this is pretty much the extent of what we wanted to sort of brief you about. There's a lot more coming up from the game side as well as in terms of marketing activities and campaigns that we are going to plan. So hopefully stay tuned. And if you have any other further questions, please send us for our next AMA, especially technical ones, because I will try to get our CTO Moritz on the AMA as well. He's a very busy man, as you know. He is working on creating a different infrastructure altogether. Uh, but so is Ching. But thankfully, Ching is able to take out a little bit of his time for us, and I will try to do the same with Moritz. And thank you so much, guys, and keep playing Medieval Empires. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them or send them to us on Discord or Telegram. See you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.